And awesome. Wow. Thank you so much, Shaper Dreaming, for the gifted sub. I appreciate it a whole lot. I hope that Monterey Jacku does as well. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I never know what to say. My mind constantly falls on the loop of I appreciate it so much, because that's definitely the main emotion I feel, is just pure unadulterated appreciation that you found it fit to spend your hard-earned money on just little old me. So thank you. I also don't want to make anyone feel bad for not subbing, because that's not necessary whatsoever as well. I'm always happy with whatever form or level of contribution you can supply, even if that is just showing up here with your lovely self and having a good time watching. But okay, we immediately run into the wizard lab. Interesting. This is one of those time portals that I don't have enough personal experience in. The few times that I have found them in the past, especially the first couple times, I instantaneously looked it up, because this one can have a set layout that goes between something like 5 options. You can have like a really lightning themed one. I definitely know there's a mutation themed one that I've gotten on 2 separate occasions, but I'm always scared that I'm going to run into something that I'm completely unaware of. Let's try it out. Lahudim's moon base. Huh. This is definitely one that I've never experienced before, which is scary, especially with a name like that. But yes, let's try and lead everyone back into our little house here. This is my home. This is where I live. Meow. No shouts. I have devastation. Right this way, sir. I'll lead you to our zone of destruction. You're a fan of devastation, aren't you? Interesting layout here so far. Ooh, they change colors. Very pretty. At the very least, we get to hang out in this very cool looking place, even if we do end up dying. And I'm still not 100% sure what happens if we die in a timed portal. If we just get to revive somewhere around the corner, that'd be nice. But Nikoxic, let's throw out some Manifold Assault. Ooh, we get Strength +4. Why, thank you, sir. I appreciate it a lot. Let's hope that that's the only mutation we get all game, even though we know that's not going to be the chance. But I'll take it. What is this moon base all about? I ask you this. Oh, okay, Manifold Assault is going to be gorgeous against the Star-Cursed masses, as long as we don't get completely overrun. That is awesome. In fact, we have a bit of training in fire, so probably by the time we go to Abyss, I'm going to be very tempted to quickly learn Sticky Flame. I've mentioned it once in the past, but Sticky Flame is my go-to solution for Star-Cursed masses, especially on normal like 3-rune runs where you don't necessarily have enough experience to get the higher level spells, and you don't want to use something that has ridiculous... Oof, ouch. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Don't dispel me again. Can I just recast it? I can. I think I just have to try and kill you, though. Oof. Big oofs. The blink isn't going to do it this time. Gosh darn it. You have a range of 7, too, so I guess here you'd have to spend your turn walking. We do have lives to spare, but I am curious to explore here. I should have drawn the Quicksilver Dragon out further. If just because I saw its effect, I saw it screaming before we even turned the corner and saw it with our own eyes. So that would have been a good opportunity, most likely, to try and bring it out somewhere where we're not dealing with all of this crap. Unfortunately, this son of a gun can kill us in 1 turn, even if we are able to kill a Silver Dragon, which ideally we could with something like a Manifold Assault. Might be able to even take out a few of these buddies, or at least get close to it, but our magical effects are currently unraveling. You couldn't just hit me, okay? You had to use your Quicksilver bolts on every turn. Are we going to find out what happens when we die in one of these time portals? think I will use a scroll blinking. Bring ourselves back here. Now we are fast, which doesn't help with the Quicksilver, I don't think. No, but it might help with you. So we could go for a Manifold Assault, or we could actually Ozokubu's. That's guaranteed hit. Then we freaking run like heck. Drink potions again, slowly but surely healing up too. You love to see it. Let's just walk over to our nice little home here. And now I think I can take you with some good luck. Starcurse Mass, you followed too, huh, friend? Acid, this isn't gonna work, right? Oh, what? Oh, I thought you had infinite will. Interesting. Well, well, well. Let's maybe play it safe. I'm gonna potion petition here. We got no heals. Ouch. But haste and brilliance is a pretty solid combo. Allows to manifold assault a few times here. Take that buddy out. Whew, okay. Got out of that situation. Did have to spend a blink scroll. Not the best. Ideally, not too many more Quicksilvers to deal with here. We'll just launch out the manifold assaults against those buddies. A wee bit scary to say the least. A lunar statue. Okay, so that's unique to this area for sure. Very resistant to a bunch of things. You don't have blink close. That's what I was most scared of. Don't have good chances of evading me either. Probably gonna Manifold Assault. Manifold Assault. Don't feed on my intellect. Manifold Assault. Perfect. Head back into a corner, as we've been warned is the go-to strat. Can't see anything. Koga Demon was not in sight, apparently. Let's see, though. Do not. Perfect. They did not mutate us. So we're currently still running strong with only getting a good mutation so far. What can I find in this moon base? Bunch of mutation potions? Interesting. Very interesting. We at least have resistance to corrosion, so I don't feel too bad about taking on these buddies. We'll get a bunch of mutation potions. Holy crap. One of those was a stack of 2 even. Don't mind if I do. And Amulet of Jonudum. Resistance to cold, MP +9, regen MP. This might be half decent in Cocytus. If we don't find any good sources of cold resistance, this might fill that brief relatively nicely here. Let's immediately statue form again. Whoops. I did Manifold Assault first, which is what I was originally going to say, and then I realized that I'm dumb. Let's instead play it safe here. Gotta make sure that we're in fighting shape, to say the least. Another Quicksilver Dragon. So, have we learned from our mistakes? You'll keep getting rid of our statue form, but you're not resistant to anything. What's the fastest way to take you out? Manifold Assault relies on our accuracy, and they're pretty highly evasive, so I'm guessing it's going to be the Ozokubu's. Does bring them down to half. The Energy Bolt missed us. Heck yeah. Nice. Much better. Much more better. Good to know for the future. As long as they're alone and we're not consistently worried about more people crowding in, at the very least. And interesting, there's some portals we can go through. This is a wild base. Who is your decorator, Lahudib? Because I gotta say, looking pretty nice in here. Starcurse Mass, if you'd come right this way, please. Oh, we definitely want to be fully statued. Perfect. Ideally, even with the earlier potion petition, I'm hoping we can come out of this with an increase in our overall amount of money, because these all are very high hit dice monsters. And so we do manage to drop a lot of gold by killing them. Which, if you ask me, is pretty awesome. And, ooh, we get to replace the blink that we spent. Don't mind if I do. Plus a fear as well, which I mean, over the time here, oops, did not mean to ignite poison. I saw the screen flash red and I panicked a little bit. Just me casting a spell by accident. But okay, this seems like a trap to me. I don't think the portal brings us here. I guess magic mapping, do I have a bunch? I have 7. This is my first time here. I could, and I would suggest for you at home, if you find yourself in this situation, just Google it. It's that easy, folks. And in fact, we probably will, when we get into the Hells and Pen, end up using the wiki a little bit, because that is my favorite way to do it. Make it just extra sure that I'm not forgetting about any small detail about the different regions. But I could just use a magic mapping. Do it the old-fashioned way. Let's do it. Interesting. But it does lock us in here. I guess it locks us in here. And if we run our way back this way, did we just see that ball of eyes? That can't be all that's in this vault, right? It's gonna be like Lahudib themselves. Oh gosh, this is how you lose a run in no time flat. But I'm dying of curiosity. Statue form. Bring enemies to us here. We're going to play this as safe as felinely possible. What is waiting for me here? Ah, you're special. A moon troll. Very cool. You'll be fine. Thank you so much, Shaper, for consoling me, because I was very concerned, to say the least. But yeah, I can definitely take a moon troll. I have resistance to corrosion. I should be able to output enough damage. You have ridiculous AC. Holy cow. Wait, let's check that one more time. You are resistant to cold. So what do we wish to do here? Could still Manifold Assault. Could start burning tools if we absolutely need to. We do have a decent amount of summons at our disposal. Let's start with a Manifold Assault and see how that treats us. I guess alternatively, you shouldn't throw acid around if you aren't happy to get it thrown right back at you, sir. Brings you down to 4 pips of AC. Much better. Now we'll launch out a few Manifold Assaults, start running away, and is it just going to be one of you, or are there going to be multiple trolls that we have to deal with? Just one of you. The +4 Moon Troll Leather Armor. Spirit, Regen ++, MP +5. I really wish I could wear you, friend. That would be very cool. I'm guessing, though, that that's a staple of this section and that always shows up. Very cool. And some digging. I actually definitely will want that in the future. Well, awesome. This went very well, considering the fact that I ain't never seen a Wiz Lab like that before. But now I can store that away in the databanks for the future. We know what the moon base looks like. Another resistance potion is pretty solid. Let us, just Manifold Assault, should be able to fight these buddies. We're a little overqualified for that fight in particular at the very least. Take out the Convoker. And please, I need more centaurs and yaktars. Come to me. Perfect. Make sure we have enough magic to recast statue form. Even just being 1 magic short isn't a big deal. That's usually just going to be like a max of 3 turns? Max of 4 turns, I guess, based on our regen. That's not too bad. Of course, the blaring call of the Sentinel here does bring some attention down on us, but as long as we can take out that Convoker. Oh, and of course, what's next to that Convoker? Another Convoker. Wow. But the Fool came into melee range with a Statue Cat, and how many times have I told you? You never go into melee range with a Statue Cat. Perfect. And that should be just about all the crowds that we draw to us. Making sure not to tab too fast here, but we should be able to tab our way through a lot of these combats. Vault Wardens hit pretty hard still, don't get me wrong. In fact, let's maybe throw out Ozo Kubus that we immediately miscast. Gosh darn you. Unfortunately, this buddy being mited is not good. I was hoping that they'd be refrigerated and that would deal a whole heck ton of damage. But can't always get what you want. They wrote an entire song about it. So we could try one more time. Likely to take out one of these buddies, or at least get close to. Your chances of hitting me 42%, your chances of hitting me do 35%. We have the lives to spare, but we also have the gold to spare. So let's do a classic potion petition here. We do get heal wounds and haste. That way we can save our magic for when statue form inevitably fails us here. Perfect. Not too bad. Only costs us a bit of money that we'll almost definitely be able to get back in spades with just a few kills. So definitely don't mind. In the late game, potion petition gets a heck of a lot cheaper, to say the least. Oh geez Louise, I do not like that you've been mited. Can you mite anyone? Does battle cry just work? It does just work. Would you look at that? Who knew? But we'll throw out some manifold assaults, so we're at least dealing damage to both of these sons of guns. Perfect. Recast statue form, and onwards we go. This is another situation where we're just going to try and apply as much overall damage as the Vault Warden approaches. Those Yaktars, when we were last in vaults, were absolutely slamming us for damage, so it's nice to see that we've managed to improve our survivability in some small regard. Oh, I don't want to be next to walls, but I also do want the choke point. It's almost like these preservers were built, or Frostheart rather, were built with that in mind. I never know where to put my mouse. It's like not knowing where to put your hands for a photo. Very similar feeling to me. But let's just keep doing a few more manifold assaults. We can actually afford to do another here. There we go. Now we're able to take out that dang Ice Lord. Love to see it. Just about back up to our 9,000 gold as well. Let them approach us. Not too bad. Manifold Assault is definitely one of the MVPs of the entire run. As much as I just absolutely adore OTR and Ignite Poison combo, I am starting to feel a little special something for Manifold Assault, to say the least. Don't have good resistances against you, so I will actually just Ozo Kubus. I guess the smart thing would have been to just take off my ice ring, but I didn't want it. Until the end, when I started panicking. But panicking will do that to you. It will make you do things you never thought you otherwise would. Not too bad. Vaults 4, so much easier than Vaults 3. Who knew? Of course, that's largely due to the new friends that we made in that section, but irregardless, doesn't change the facts of the matter. And just about done here. I don't believe we'll head down into Vaults 5 just yet, even though it is, of course, on the list, and if it's on the list, it's going to happen eventually. We'll hold out for just a wee bit on that. Up to 8 summoning scrolls, that's pretty sweet. Will definitely help get us out of multiple frightening situations in our future. But okie dokie, Vaults 4 all cleared. So now, I think it's just about time that we start grabbing some runes, shall we? We have 3 more lower level runes to do before we have to think too hard about heading into the deep recesses of Pandemonium and Hell. Where do we want to start? Abyss should be okay. We'll mostly want to just be in statue form and dealing melee damage whenever possible. It's tough because in certain situations we might want to be in cat form so that we can just run away from things, but running in the Abyss is very dangerous because you're always going in blind. The other side of that same coin though is that standing our ground and casting spells isn't sustainable. So we find ourselves in a bit of a tricky situation where we want to be in statue form, but we can't really cast all of our spells with reckless abandon, or else we will find ourselves just constantly stranded at half magic or less, which is dangerous. So maybe, let's start with slime. Take it one at a time. Start with the one I'm most comfortable with, especially on a caster like this. We should be in all right spot for slime itself. Down we go. Okay. Good old stretch. Make sure you get the neck and the back. And here goes. I'm hoping that it's not too busy here. Hello, Shining Eye. Hey, there goes my first negative effect. Spells are easier to cast, but a little less powerful. I'd actually have preferred for that to go the other direction. I mean, still doing okay. Stormform is less than 50% now. Gosh darn it. I was so happy with where we were at in life. We'll probably end up trying to mutation roulette our way out of that sometime in the future. But for now, it is what it is. Let's take these buddies out. We do have immolation scrolls on us. That's good to note. I should check that before heading down here. I'll probably end up using a mixture of immolation and Ozakubu's refrigeration to just wombo combo the heck out of the later crowds of slimes. But we will see how it goes. I'm just prodigiously spending magic points here because we can always head up the stairs. Let's kill that Quicksilver. Let's just Manifold Assault one last time on the brain. Gosh darn it. Did it notice me? Do you guys think it noticed me? I don't think it noticed me. Let's maybe wait a few more turns. Crap. No, definitely did. Try and kill it? Okay, we at least managed to take it out before things get too annoying here. And now we'll just manually explore looking for the next stairwell. Ooh, and there it is. Not too bad. Hello, new friends. Please, right this way. Step on up. Rock slime might be a bit of a pain in the butt here, but could try and deal with it alone. Solo it out. Now, I think we can take care of it in relatively short order, and indeed we do. Ain't no thing. Otherwise, we'll just let the rest come to the noise that we've created on this occasion. And down to Slime 5. Manifold Assault doing absolute wonders with all the regular oozes, of course. Even willing to spend all of our magic. Not too bad. We can always run back upstairs, regenerate slowly but surely, head back down in a more solid position, try and bring the rock slime upstairs. Heck yeah. You always have the chance to get trampled off the stairs, of course. And in fact, usually I do find that to be the case. But we're a-okay today. Oops, let's definitely keep statue form up, even if it's not strictly necessary to take on just a single slime. Better safe than sorry. Immediately exclude that. Make a whole bunch of noise as we slap these jellies around. I'm hoping we're far enough here, and in fact we should be far enough here to not attract the royal jelly themselves. We never know when the rolls might go. I also I meant to be just waiting my turns there, but I was accidentally cast Manifold Assault. Did manage to kill them. How many runes now? So we still just have the 2, but we've been clearing a whole lot of spaces. And we're now about to do a quick run through to get runes 3 through 5. Because everything is all set up to go. We're explored down to Vaults 4. We're in Slime now. And Abyss is, of course, its own beastie. But we should be okay to make some good progress. And yeah, Quicksilver Slimes definitely can be a bit brutal. I'm just glad that they don't do the generalized effect that most Quicksilver creatures do, because that's what's truly dangerous to us. Also, I just realized a while back after Pride Menace, I thought Golden Aura was the Halo effect. That's just what we do. That's literally our thing as a follower of Go's Egg. So that's not the reason why we were so unstealthy. In fact, it's more so our general lack of training and stealth, but on top of that, I've also realized, just thinking about it right now for even a moment, that I think a couple of our equipment things have minus stealth on them. Indeed they do. Yeah, a necklace and a ring. So I did not answer that question very well earlier, but it won't be the first time I did a poor job at replying to chat. Sometimes I'm dumb. But let's block off that. And now we can kind of freely explore the rest of the level here. Oh, I was about to say that we could purposely use an alarm trap to draw them in. And I was speaking, of course, about this alarm trap that's very beautifully situated right by a stairwell that we could go up. Ooh, and instead, we of course just happen to trigger an alarm trap that's just in the middle of nowhere. Fun stuff. You never attempted slime till you watched me do it. Thanks for the strategy to take it on. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. I love slime. It's my favorite third rune to go for, just because there are multiple ways to skin that cat. Pardon the expression, Kobold91. Not talking about you, little buddy. But yeah, I like that almost any type of run can deal with it in a fairly similar way, whether that be immolation scrolls and throwing for a melee-oriented one, or just blasting the entire crowd of slimes to bits. I find it super fun. Can I make it to the stairs? Because, I mean, I'm fairly confident that I can take on the royal jelly here. But the flip side of that is if things go poorly in this position, it's not going to look good. Very much not a pretty sight. So, leaves me at a bit of an impasse, as it were. I mean, I could probably haste my way and get to the stairs, because the royal jelly is fast, but as long as we're just in cat form, we should be faster. It will release all of its jellies when polymorphed. What are your odds of being polymorphed? 0% chance. Okay, that's what I thought. As 5 pips of willpower will do that to you. Let's do it. I'm gonna haste. Run for the stairs. And now, I'm happy to take you on. Start with a statue form no matter what. Then, we need to deal some damage here. The options, of course, are Manifold Assault or Ozokubu's. Ozokubu's blocks out our potions, besides, of course, the usual petition strat, which we have tons of money, so we should be able to petition to get anything that we want out of it. Phantom Mirror is actually a great suggestion. I guess any of these evocables could be used to relatively great effect. Let's go for the Phantom Mirror. Bring out one little buddy. Then, you are definitely immune to acid, yep. So let us Ice Burst, start bringing out some crowds here. And now, I guess we don't have fire resistance, so maybe I won't bother with Immolation. It's kind of needlessly risky. I was thinking of doing the full combo, the full wombo combo, as I like to put it, and getting both Immolation Scrolls and Ozakubu's Refrigeration out, dealing absurd amounts of damage. But if we get closed on, that fire is going to really hurt us. And I'd rather just be taking ice and acid damage, both of which we're resistant to. So, without further ado, let's refrigerate. Oh wait, never mind. Don't want to refrigerate. Our royal jelly is out there. Kind of forgot about that little piece of info, so we'll instead Manifold Assault to start off. That's fine though. Royal Jelly Summon did manage to get started on the Jelly release, which was the entire purpose of that first strike. Though that was kind of contingent when I was originally hoping to do a bit more work with Immolation as well, of course. It should be okay. It's Manifold Assault once more. And there we go, the Royal Jelly is now on the retreat. We could Brilliance, I guess. I know it's a bit late, we've spent some magic already. And so if we were going to, we maybe should have done it earlier, of course. But we are at the very least fast, so it won't take too long to do it even in our statue state here. Alternatively, we could Potion Petition and hope for Brilliance, maybe Might as well, if we're going to continue to Manifold Assault, and who knows what other combinations we want. You can see Invisible. All of you can see Invisible, good to know. Don't have to spend extra money if that's one of the options, but we could get Brilliance and a Magic Potion paired up, ideally at the very least. Let's go for it. Brilliance, Magic, Haste, and Heal Wounds. I mean, you can't script it better than that. Let's do it. Then, start slapping away. We're going to get surrounded pretty quickly here. But that's okay. We can also throw out a Condenser Vein. Cold Clouds are pretty solid in terms of the overall resistances that we're up against. But we are going to start atrophying health pretty quickly. The Manifold Assaults are not doing as well as I thought they would, especially against all these little critters. Maybe, am I killing most of them and then releasing more? Am I just stupid? I haven't been paying attention. This is why we read the text log. It's there for a reason. I know, surprising. Here, most people just ignore it completely, right? Not just me, I would hope. Let's try one more Manifold Assault. We are taking a whole lot of damage, of course. Could start blinking. We're not faster than the Royal Jelly, but are we faster than the rest of you? No, we are not. You're all fast. So even will hasted, unfortunately in statue form here. We're definitely not faster. So Potion Petition could give us Heal Wounds and Curing, which would be solid. But we might as well also drink potions before we get to Ozakubu's, especially since there's no guarantee that we'll get both of those paired up, which is the only thing that's better than just drinking to Heal Wounds. And on top of that, we could get it either paired up with something like Berserk, which is a big no-no, or we could not get any kind of healing, which we have seen in the past on this run in particular. Probably going to start taking a whole lot of damage. Ignition is slightly better in this situation than Refrigeration, if just because it allows us to get a lot of overlap damage. When all the monsters are crowded in like this, it deals a lot more, which is why we were hoping originally to immolate. I probably should have planned ahead a little bit further and made sure that we were fire resistant before starting this fight. Though of course, I didn't start this fight when we did on purpose, if I can offer even a little bit of something in my defense. And so, I think we just take it as it may be. The Royal Jelly themselves are at least not next to us. So, there is that. This is where we're getting hit by a whole lot of damage, while the rest of these are just the normal, a lot of damage. But man, is that a lot. 42. Oof. Pretty good odds to hit us as well. You hate to see it. Did I learn IMB? I did not. Seems like it might have been a great idea now, don't it? But instead, let's maybe commit to this fight. I'm gonna cast, oops, that's not what we want to do. I'm gonna cast Blink. And we can always just chain blinks to get out of being surrounded at the very least. But for the time being, you're not really helping us too much anymore, so I think I am gonna blast you. Sorry, really, Jelly Clone. You were great while you lasted. Really surprised I didn't go the Immo route. Again, yeah, if I had had the opportunity, given myself the extra time to ensure that I had fire resistance, I definitely would have. As is, any hits right now with all these buddies immolated would kill us, and that's unavoidable damage, which we are relying on our evasion to at least save us from a little bit of the unfortunate potential results. But we can keep chaining blinks and crossing our fingers. I think I will. Okay, we're on acid, which isn't great, but nothing's next to us, so I am going to spend this turn refrigerating, then we're going to blink. Then I'm going to take one step, I believe. Ooh, less so now that I've seen how all these buddies act. I want to reread Condenser Bait. I thought these clouds could never hurt you, but they can't hurt your allies. And it always warns me not to step into my own ice clouds. Yeah, unfortunately, it no longer, or maybe never did, have a line about not hurting ourselves. So, what do we wish to do? Refrigeration might take out the adjacent monsters. Though, of course, these buddies are resistant to cold. That's not the be-all end-all, and they're low enough health, especially this one in particular, that we should be able to take them out. And it'd get real close to killing the royal jelly. Alternatively, we could blink. And while this square, like, you know, so on and so forth, horrible, probably end up dead. There's a lot of real estate that we are able to get to. So, I think I'm going to roll the dice. Not a good roll. How do we keep getting bad rolls? Alternatively, we could do a purposeful blink. Still might get shot by this buddy, but that's not too bad. And we're so close to at least taking out the royal jelly and most of the other slimes as well. Plus, if we get a little bit of extra room, we will have time to heal. I think I will use one blinking scroll. We do, of course, get hit by acid. Why wouldn't we? I'm hoping the royal jelly steps into view immediately. Let's potion petition here. Get heal wounds and haste. Just to heal wounds. Nice and cheap. Knozakubus. Kill the royal jelly. Perfect. So now, it's just a game of pure survival. Still in a good spot though. Did have to use one scroll that I would have rather have saved, of course. But it is what it is. Let's see. Manifold Assault. Goes back to being pretty solid against most of these buddies, especially since the majority of them are Zersh slimes. So let's start there. And again. Let's go once more. Wow. We're getting unfortunate luck with the amount of damage we're outputting here. I definitely expected to be hitting a wee bit harder, as is. I guess alternatively, we could go back to Ozokubuin. That's a weird way to try and conjugate that, but I'll take it. Or, I'm going to read a teleport. Waste a few turns here. In fact, maybe I shouldn't waste them that way. Let's waste them with a couple of slaps. Perfect.